Hey guys. Okay. Let me try to move this back a little bit. Hey guys. Okay, no one is on here yet, so I'm gonna wait for a few seconds. Hey. We got someone on. Okay, 3 people. 4. Hey guys. How are we doing today? Hey Omar from NYC. What time is it there? I think it's a little bit late. 7 maybe? Okay, I'm looking at 2 screens. Hopefully this doesn't look like confusing. Let me know if it does. Oh, 7:43. Yeah, okay, what you got going on tonight? In the house, relaxing? Oh, it's Sunday. I don't know why I was thinking it was Saturday. It's definitely Sunday. See, being on reserve, it's just work day, off day. I don't even be thinking about what day it is. Oh no, not start working at 8. When is your shift in? Okay, y'all, come on in, say hey. Okay, once we get to 10 people, then I will tell y'all what's been going on Reserve Life, what happened this week. Oh, 1 a.m. Hey guys. 8 to 1 is not bad. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. Yeah, that's not bad. You can knock that out. And then I remember you saying you were a gate agent, so it shouldn't really be, well, I take that back, it's Sunday. Like, when are the dead hours, the hours where it's not that busy? It should be around 12, 1. But yeah, Jada, hey Jada, sure, I can answer some questions. Like, that's what the lives are for. If y'all got questions, y'all better ask them. But I also do consultations as well, which you can just hit me up through email and then we can have our little one-on-one just like this. You can ask me whatever you want because we can only say so much on YouTube, you know? Hey T. Okay, let me, oh no. Oh, here's the chat, okay. Feeling uncertain right now. Uncertain? Don't feel uncertain. This is not the time to be feeling uncertain. You've done this all the time. You got this. Breathe in and out. You've been practicing in the mirror, recording yourself. If you've been doing that, you should be good. Hey, E. Spalding. Ready to hear from a fellow Reserve FA. Oh yes, this week was a week. Oh snap, we got our 10, we got 12, okay. Let me give y'all the story time. So I was on reserve for, I'm looking at my schedule because when I tell you it changed like 6 to 7 times, it was intense. Okay, so I was on reserve from Tuesday to Saturday and I'm on the PM shift 9 to 9. So Monday, Reserve Life is, listen, T is not lying. Reserve Life can get a little hectic. But what I can say is that I'm glad that, hey Lawrence from LA. What I can say about reserve is that I'm glad that I'm actually in the state that I live in, like I'm not commuting, because that makes a big difference. Right now, like I used to really not like reserve when I was commuting from Atlanta to Denver, but now that I'm in Dallas and I'm based in Dallas, it just feels like a mild version of a house arrest. But I'm like, look, as long as I'm in the house, I can just roll out of bed. The luggage is packed, and if they call me in 2 hours, I can show up. I'd rather do that. Oh, you're a commuter? Ooh, where are you commuting from? I want to know if you can drop your trips. Like, I only want to work 10 days a month. Girl, everybody want to work 10 days a month. I actually, like, okay, what did you say? Do they penalize you? Can only senior FAs drop or make their own schedule? As a newbie, basically, like, you're gonna do whatever the company tells you to do. You're gonna start off on reserve, and with reserve, you can pick what days you want to be off. And I recommend you need to put priority on weekdays than weekends, because everybody and their mama want weekends off. However, when it comes to, there will be times where you can bid for a line, which is where you have more flexibility with your schedule. Now, there is a possibility of working 10 days in 1 month. However, in 3 months, if you have a line, you have to have 150 hours, like flying hours. So let's say the first month is January, February, March. In January, you only work 10 days, so you only had like 20 hours of flying. You're gonna have to make up the, what's the math on that? 130 hours in February and March. So that means working a little bit harder, picking up trips, doing all that. Or you could put yourself on reserve. That's another idea. But Jada, did you just start out? Are you just asking for future reference? Like, what year are you? Also, it really depends on where you're based. If I would have stayed in Dallas, not in Dallas, if I would have stayed in Denver, I probably would have had a line already, and I could do something where I only work 10 days in a month, and the next month I'll have to pile up. But you definitely will not be able to have a line and only work 10 days every month. No, you're not gonna be able to do that. You have to have 150 hours. Yeah, I hope that explained that. What else did you say? It's an easy commute, 1 leg, but Charlotte is so senior. I've only been to Charlotte like twice, and it's so nice there. I remember like one of my best friends, we stayed at her aunt's house, and she had a huge home. It was so nice, and her kids were good. The food was good. Everything was great. I was like, I love it here. Yeah, Charlotte is nice, and it has a nice airport. But you're based in Charlotte and you commute from somewhere, or is it the other way around? Senior line holders can't even drop right now, at least at my base. All based on operational needs. Ooh, not operational. What base are you at? But yeah, that's another thing. Company needs. Listen, it don't matter how many years you done put in. If they need you, they need you. So that's another thing. I'm based in Charlotte, but I live in Gulfport. Gulfport, is that Mississippi? I can't remember. But based in Charlotte. Well, how do you like being based in Charlotte? Okay, yeah, Mississippi. That sucks about the senior line holders, because I know there's a lot of stipulations when it comes to actually being on reserve. I mean, having a line and trying to drop trips. Like, let's say you want to drop Monday through Thursday of this week. You have a 4-day trip. When you can only drop it if there is either A, reserves to cover that trip for each day, or B, someone wants to pick it up. If those two if you don't have either one of those, then you have to basically use one of your personal emergencies, and those add up real quick. So I don't know if having a line is really worth it these days. Like, what do y'all think? Because I have a face-to-face. I'm just curious on the flexibility. Oh, if you're looking for 10 days, girl, I'm gonna tell you that right now, no. Unfortunately, no. But if you want to have certain days off, like, you know, every Wednesday, Thursday, that's something more reasonable they can do. But 10 days in a month, no. Oh, Charlotte's a senior base. Yeah. And LAX. Okay, cool. Oh, but what I was telling you guys is my reserve schedule. Okay, so I was on reserve from Tuesday to Saturday. Tuesday, no call. Wednesday, I didn't get called, but they put a trip on my schedule for Thursday to Friday. And it was gonna be to, I forgot where the place was at. I think it was like, let's just say Huntsville, because I can't remember. Oh yeah, probation. Yeah, probation is wild. Okay, sorry, let me get back on track. So they gave me a trip on Wednesday for Thursday night. It was supposed to be to go take like a 7 p.m. flight. Yeah, 7 p.m. flight to go to Huntsville, spend the night at Huntsville, and then fly back to Dallas, which I was like, okay, that's fine. And with flying back to Dallas, I was actually not gonna be working the flight. I was just gonna be sitting on the flight. So basically getting paid to sit, because the people actually working is not me. Like, I forgot what you call that word, but I wasn't gonna be working the flight. I was just paid to like take the flight back to Dallas. So I was like, okay, that's cool. I get to work. It's Thursday, I get to work. And we were supposed to report by 7:30. And I get there at like check-in, all that. It was 7:25. I go to the restroom, come out of the restroom, like in the airport. Then I get a call from crew support. So I was wondering, I'm like, why is crew support calling me? Because like, I'm here, I checked in, like nothing should be wrong. But side note, always pick up the phone with crew support, because you never know and you don't want to be out the loop. So I answered the phone. I was like, hey, like, what's going on? I'm at the airport, I'm here. And they were like, oh yeah, we just want to let you know that the person who originally dropped the trip picked it back up. So we're just gonna put you on ready reserve from 7 to 9. And I was like, so they picked it up like within 10 minutes. And basically, yes, deadheading. I had a deadhead back. So I'm sitting here like, I was on the phone with them and I was like, so they just decided to pick it up like right before boarding? And she was like, well, originally they dropped it because they thought that they were on a flight before me. Not before me, but they already had legs to work, and they thought that the flight that was coming in was gonna be late and they were gonna miss the flight to Huntsville, so that's why they dropped it. But because they were coming on time, then the flight attendant was like, never mind, I got it. So, oh, hey Grace, oh, yes. Okay, so they were like, yeah, so we don't need you anymore. Mind you, they couldn't have told me they don't need me before I got up, got ready, got dressed, got in the car, and drove all the way up to the airport. But that's reserve life. So I was sitting there from 7 to 9. And then let me pause and read these. Um, yeah, they do drop their trips and come back. For the overnight, it's like, what's going on? Do you have a skincare routine? Ooh, hold on. Excuse me, y'all. Yes, girl. I need to make one. I do want to incorporate more skincare stuff on here. Um, I do have a skincare page, Pristine Pores, on Instagram. It just takes like a lot of energy to post on here. I want to give you guys this content and help you guys. And coming on to Instagram and trying to post skincare just kind of like falls on the back end because I still have to actually go to work and be a flight attendant on top of take care of my little fur baby and live my life. So it's like trying to balance all of that. But I've gotten better and, you know, get better every day. So that's what I'm trying to do. But yes, I will make a detailed video soon of skincare stuff, but definitely check out my Instagram page. I mean, mug the line holders when I'm coming off the plane. That's funny. So, oh, but right now, girl, I'm not gonna lie to you. I do have on makeup. Okay? I don't want you just thinking I just woke up like this. You know. So, okay, back to the story time. So I'm on Ready Reserve from 7 to 9. You know, I wasn't really tripping because it's like I already have my uniform on. I'm already ready to go. And technically, it's like you were coming to work anyway, so it's not really an inconvenience. That's how I try to look at it. And plus, I had videos that I could be editing, you know, talking to y'all, responding back, things like that. So I was sitting there 7 to 9. They called me at crew support calls me at 8:30 and they were like, what did they say? They were like, okay, we're gonna put you on a stand-up to Shreveport, Louisiana. They were like, we're gonna put you on a stand-up to Shreveport. The plane doesn't leave until 9:52. So basically I was in the airport the whole 2 hours for the free until the flight. And then they were supposed to leave in like B gates. They switched the gates literally 10 minutes, no, not even 10 minutes, like 5 minutes before boarding. They switched the gates to E gates, so I had to go all the way to E gates. But what I can say is that because I'm no longer on probation, like let me like be mindful. It's just a less sense of urgency now. If I was on probation, I would probably be running to E gates, but I was just like, okay, I'm on probation, I can walk. So I walk to E gates. I was like, when I get there, I get there when I get there, it's fine. And get to the gates. However, the other flight attendant I was working with, she was on probation and she was new and she was like, oh my God, I ran here as fast as I could, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, oh, okay. And she was just like, oh, you don't have to do that because you're not on probation. I was like, yeah, you're right. Because I sure was not rushing. I was taking my sweet time. But we boarded up. Of course, y'all, I said Louisiana, so it was a blessed flight. You already know what happened. People was once again sitting in the wrong seats. I don't know why this happens every single flight. I promise I could put money on it. It be happening every single flight. Every single blessed flight now. And, but they were still cool overall. What else happened? Yeah, so we got to Louisiana, spent the night. I actually recorded the hotel room, so I will show you guys that a little bit later. And then the next day we had to report, we had to get up and catch the shuttle at 5 a.m. because our flight was leaving at 6. So that's the only thing that sucks about the stand-up, because we didn't even get to the hotel until 11. So what, that's like 4 hours of rest. But that's what a stand-up is. It's just like a little bit of sleep, get on a plane, get back on the plane, come home. Now, what sucks about being on reserve and having a stand-up is that when I came back, crew support called me. That was like at 7:30 in the morning once we landed. And they were like, hey, we just put reserve on your schedule from 6 to 9. And I'm like, I thought I was done for today. And they were like, oh no, we'll just give you the rest and then we'll put you back on reserve from 6 to 9 that same day. And if we need you, we'll call you. Now, if it was any other day, it would be okay. But when you have a stand-up and you're tired, it's like sometimes in between that day, you want to like, first of all, you need to rest. And then you might want to knock out a few errands. But then it's like, I don't want to do too much now because I might have to work. I might get called to work in between 6 to 9. And guess what happened, y'all? They put a trip on my schedule again. But they did, I will give them this. They told me, they sent me an email that they put another trip on my schedule around 3 p.m. for another stand-up. Same exact trip for the very next day to Louisiana. Same time, the 9:50, all that, same thing. So I had to do that again the very next day. But I wasn't complaining because I'm like, as long as crew support can tell me in advance and enough time in advance, then it's like I can get my mind right and be ready for work. So I had the exact same flight. Oh my God, also, side note, I brung some oatmeal and this beet juice and a ice pack and put it all together in a bag, and then I put it in the refrigerator when I had my first stand up to go to Louisiana. Y'all, why did I leave all that stuff in the refrigerator? Left it all in the refrigerator, came back home, then I realized I left it in the refrigerator. When I got the same trip to go to Louisiana, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna ask the hotel if they still have my food in the refrigerator. But when I got to the hotel, I forgot. So, left my food. Nothing like oatmeal in the winter. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like oatmeal. I just be eating it because it's something quick and to go, and you can, I eat the overnight oats and that's cold, so I don't have to heat it up. But if I had to, but you know the oatmeal that you do eat hot, I need it to be hot. I'm not eating cold oatmeal unless it's overnight oats. So that's what I consider my struggle meal. So that's what I be getting when I don't feel like packing a whole bunch of stuff or looking for a microwave. Okay, let me read these comments. Oh, thank you, Terrell. Yes, you want to be a flight attendant? Okay, now. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Oh, Omar's going to work. Get this money. Love your stories. Yes. Okay. What else, guys? Do we have any questions? Okay, so I had, back to my story. So I had the same stand-up the very next day, got home, they put me on reserve again, but this time from 5 to 9. Yeah, so that was intense. But I didn't get called. And I also didn't get paid for that time. So, you know, if you're ever put back on reserve, you actually could call crew support and say, hey, if you're gonna put me back on reserve, like, can y'all pay me for it? And I've done that plenty of times. Sometimes they say yes, and sometimes they say no. I don't know what it's based off of, but what I will say is that I know that they have notes on us. Like when you call and you put your ID number, I know there's a long list of notes. You don't want to have a long list of bad notes about you on the side. So make sure you call for support with a good attitude, because I always talk to them, have a good attitude. Hey, how you doing? I just need a huge favor, yada, yada, yada. And 9 times out of 10, they do, help out and look out, but definitely be nice to them, be respectful, because trust me, they deal with a lot of crew members who will just call them, cussing them out, yelling, just being rude. I've heard so many people on the phone, crew support, being rude, and I'm like, no wonder why you don't get anything you want, because why are you yelling at somebody who's the middleman? That's ridiculous. So of course they're gonna make your life hard if you're being rude, but yeah, just be nice and they might be able to look out for you. Even if you have, let's say you have like 3 flights and then in between 2 of your flights, there's like a 3-hour sit. I've called them before and been like, can y'all pay me for that break in between, that 3-hour break? And sometimes they say yes. Sometimes they say we can only pay you for an hour of that time. Sometimes they say no, but I'd rather take an hour of getting paid than no hours of getting paid. So yeah, make sure y'all definitely check that option out. Do we have any more questions? It doesn't tell me, like, oh, it says 8 people on. Only 8? Oh my God. Y'all must be out having a good time tonight. Or in the bed? Or watching TV? I don't know. Let's see. All right, guys. Well, I guess we're gonna call this a day. Just wanted to hop on here, talk to you guys really briefly, tell y'all what's been going on in the reserve life. Let me know in the comments if you guys enjoy these little talks, just weekly recaps of what's been going on in the week. And this is definitely a great opportunity to ask me any questions that you guys have. But also remember that I do have consultations where we can have our one-on-ones. You can ask me anything you want, more about the job, tests, question help, and just studying, interview, all that stuff. Because there's only so much that I can say on YouTube, and it would just be better to just interact with you guys. So definitely look into booking a consultation if you have some questions that need to be answered. That's all I got for you guys. So I will see you in the next video.